Alright guys, this is your study guide video. I'm going to go over the answers for each question here. Feel free to fast forward if needed, slow down if you need to as well. But I'm going to go through the answer for our study guide. Question number 1. Describe the jumble pile with an algebraic expression. All of these are positives. We don't have any reds. On your guys' paper, if you were to see a shaded, remember shaded is positive and then unshaded is negative. So question number 1, I've got 2x squareds, 3x's, then 1, 2, 3 unit tiles. So that's all I'm asking for you to do is write the expression that represents this jumble pile. Okay, number 2. 3 x's, 4 y's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. Okay, and remember right now the order is not that important. So if you have the same terms but in a different order, that's okay. Question number 2. Write an expression that represents the perimeter of the shape built with the algebra tiles. So the perimeter is everything on the outside of our shape. So remember that the perimeter is always one-dimensional. You shouldn't have anything squared for the perimeter. So this outside length is a length of x. Okay, this is an x, 1, 1. This guy out here is an x, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that's going to represent the perimeter, everything on the outside. So I'm going to combine my like terms. I have 4 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. So 4x plus 8. Okay, letter B, same thing. 1, 1. This is an x, but this isn't quite x. So in class we talked about how it's x subtracting this segment. So it's x minus 1. All right, now if we combine like terms, we have x plus another x. So we could put 2x and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we're subtracting this one, so 4. Okay, question number 3. Simplify the following using order of operations. Once again, you can use a calculator on this test. So if you want to type these in with a calculator, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to do your order of operations mentally, that's fine as well. I'm going to just take it one step at a time here. So I'm going to start with my parentheses. So 12 divided by 3, 4. I'm going to rewrite what I have. Okay, next is going to be our exponents. 4 squared is 16. Okay, now the next thing comes multiplication. 16 times 2 is 32. So I have 10 plus 32 giving me 42. All right, if you type that in your calculator correctly, you should be getting the same answer that I get. Letter B. 6 divided by 3 comes first. So I have 2 times 4. Still have my 8 in front. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8, 0. Okay, letter C. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. All right, once again, I'm going pretty quick through this. If you need me to slow down, then just stop the video, pause it as needed. Question number 4. 3 students were asked to evaluate 36 minus 20 divided by 4 times 5 plus 3. Which one is correct? Also, identify the mistake of the other students. All right, so what I like to do is I would simplify this myself first, and then I can compare my work with the other students. So my first step would be 20 divided by 4, and that's going to give me 5. So 36 minus 5 times 5 plus 3. My next step would be to multiply 25. So 36 minus 25 plus 3. Then I would just read it from left to right. 36 minus 25 is 11. And 11 plus 3 is 14. Alright, so now I can see that my answer is matching with Sophie's. Okay, so I know that this one is correct. So I'm going to put a little check mark by it. And then the other students, I need to identify their mistakes. So when I'm looking at Adam's, let's see if my first step matches his. My first step was this. And looking at his first step, it looks like he has 36 minus 20. So he did that first. Okay, so that's how he got 20. And we know that we have to read left to right here. So he's doing multiplication before division, and that's not correct. We just read it left to right with those two operations. So I'm going to circle this. And then my explanation here is read left to right. So that's what he messed up on. When I look at Miguel's first step, does it match mine? No, it does not. Miguel did this first. Okay, he subtracted before anything else. He was just reading left to right, and that's not using your order of operations. Okay. Question number 5. Find the area and perimeter of each shape, assuming that all the corners are right angles. Be sure to show all your work. Okay, so for the area is multiplying with a square or rectangle, is just multiplying the length and width. But this shape, I can see two rectangles being formed. So I'm going to split it and think of it of two different shapes and then add those areas together. So that's where I chose to split it. You might have chose to split it here, and that's okay. But I'll go back with my first option. And then now to find the area of this part, I just do 16 times 12. Okay, so 16 times 12 is 192. So I'm putting 192 in this box. All right, and then in the other box, it looks like it's 13 by 35. Okay, so 13 times 25. Oh, not 25, 35. And that's 455. If I add those two pieces together, I'm adding these areas together. So 455 plus 192 is 647. So the area of this is 647, and it's units squared, because remember, area is always two-dimensional. All right, the perimeter is everything on the outside. So I'm adding all these outside links together. Okay, so if I add all the outside links together, I'm going to use a different color. So we're looking at blue. 16, 12, 19, 13, 35, and 25 is what I need to use. So let's add those up. And when I add those together, I'm getting 120. So 120 units. And I'm not going to be picky about the labels, but I'm just showing you guys that perimeter is one-dimensional and area is two-dimensional. All right. I'm going to pause the video and put the answer in. If you have not tried this one, I would recommend pausing and then going and giving it a try before looking at the answer. Okay, when I found the areas of those two shapes, I had 96. Looks like these rectangles are congruent, or the same size. When I do 96 plus 96, I'm getting 192, so that's my area. And then my perimeter, I added up everything on the outside and I got 70. Question 6, evaluate each expression. So what this means is I need to plug that number in for the given variable. So on letter A, I'm taking -1 and plugging it into D. So what it looks like is this, -5 times -1 plus 12. -5 times -1 is 5. 5 plus 12 is 17. All right. Go ahead and give this one a try if you haven't. Plug in 6 for K and 12 for M. All right, when I plug those in, I have 6 minus -12, which is really 6 plus 12, and that's giving me 18. Question number 7, write the expression using algebra tiles or vice versa. So I'm going to take this expression, algebraic expression, and write it with tiles. So I'm going to start with my x tiles, so 5 x's. Since these are positive, they would need to be shaded in. If you have colors, you could use the color blue, because blue is positive and red is negative. But I'm just going to shade them in. Okay, and then down here in the minus region, because we have this minus sign, I'm going to put 3. And that's a positive 3 in the minus region. And then I have a -2x in the minus region. And there we go. It's not asking me to simplify here, it just says to write the expression. So there's the expression converted on. If you did simplify it, I would accept it on the test. So if you move things up to the top, that would be okay. All right, letter B, this time I'm writing the algebraic expression. So I'm just going to write it exactly as I see it, and then I'm also going to simplify it because I'll accept both since it doesn't say to simplify on number 7. All right, so the more direct way of how you would write this would be x for this one, minus x for this guy, and then I have -2 for these two negatives, and then I have a +1 for this one. And then in the minus region, I have an x and 1, 2, 3 negatives, so -3. So I could write it like that, or I could simplify, and if I was to simplify, I would simplify as I'm writing it down. So let me show you what that would look like. Okay, these are inverses of each other, so they eliminate. These are as well. And then I could do one sets of the negatives as well, like that. So everything in the top, it looks like, has canceled out. And then the bottom, I'm left with, in the minus region, I have an x and a -2. And I could distribute that negative if I wanted to and get -x plus 2. So that is the simplified version of the same question. All right. Number 8, simplify each without tiles. So you're just combining like terms. 2x squared and 3x squared makes 5x squared. We don't have any other just x terms. And then 3 and 10 gives me 13. Give the next one a try if you haven't. Okay, I got 2x squared minus 2x minus 1. Go ahead and try the next 2 and then resume the video. All right, for the last 2, I got x plus 7 and I got -x. Okay, so that is your overview, the answer key to your study guide. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.